everyone, I'm Wilhelmina Sevin, and why I'm here to explain to you about some issue called hustle culture. Um, Maybe you've often heard phrases like living colorful life with a Google Calendar, or maybe you're starting to feel that multitasking is something cool, especially during a pandemic like this. And then invitation to maximize your time as best you can are being talked about. Yeah, the situation also seems to require all of us to work multitasking fast and efficiently. We all know that this is simply done because the time have made demands to be productive and develop oneself to achieve certain goals. Basically, productivity is indeed a very good thing to do. By living productively, of course, we can become someone who is disciplined. But unfortunately, this productivity sometimes occurs excessively. This is also supported by the existence of a pandemic that makes everything done at home. Working from home is easier and more efficient to get a lot of work done. However, what we need to know is that excessive productivity and multitasking are included in the hustle culture phenomenon. And then, what is hustle culture? Let me explain to you. Hustle culture is a culture that requires people to work like crazy. People who embrace this hustle culture even make work the main concern in their daily lives. The more worrying fact is that hustle culture has become a standard that must be made for millennials and Generation Z. The existence of high competition makes people rationalize that hustle culture is something natural. It's really scary things. And then at first, I also never thought about this issue or thought about how I am now interested and focused on tackling problems related to hustle culture. The underlying reason is that several of my college friends and I had previously been trapped in the hustle culture. At first, we were really happy that we felt that we were living our routine properly. But as time went on, we began to realize that we received a lot of bad effect from the hustle culture. And then another reason is I am really interested in organizational industry and human research. So that is what made me interested in exploring and sharing this information all of you. And after this, I will truly explore why this hustle culture emerged, what underlies it, and why millennials and Generation Z are very fond of the hustle culture trend. Then I will also discuss why this culture is very common in work situations and how HRD can handle this problem in work situation. Besides that, I will also discuss how we can get out of this culture. Okay, let me explain you one by one. As I have mentioned many times before, this culture is indeed very attached to the millennial generation and Generation Z. This is in accordance with their competitive, ambitious, and confident characteristics. Besides that, the high competition in these generations is also the main factor causing the hustle culture. The number of peers who have been successful at a young age increasingly motivates millennials and Generation Z to achieve success at a young age. This is what underlines them to work continuously. They think if working hard now will help them relax in old age. But unfortunately, sometimes we as Generation Z and millennials don't think about the long-term effect. Okay, now I would like to explain to you about the negative effect about this issue. Hustle culture has more negative impacts than positive impacts, both mentally, psychically, and socially. Working continuously, of course, make a person bored and tired because the fatigue of the work done is not optimal. Besides that, fatigue can also cause burnout. Prolonged burnout will also cause a person to be severely stressed. Maybe even adding other factors will cause depression, eventually mentally and unhealthy. Then the long term of hustle culture makes a person suffer psychically ill. Long working hours can cause an increase in a blood pressure and heart rate due to excessive psychological and activation and stress. In addition, those who work more than 60 hours per week experience increased injuries due to work. Hustle culture has an impact on the social environment too that is not conducive, such as a toxic work environment due to competing and dropping each other, and then growing individualistic attitudes that are increasingly high, and finally, the ability to work together and a sense of family begins to disappear. Now, I would like to share to you how HRD can handle this issue. In a work situation, and HRD can reduce the hustle culture, such as setting work limits. For example, all work-related activities must be carried out during working hours, including sending emails or short messages. In addition, HRD can also encourage employees to enjoy time of like using your lunch break, taking time for a vacation, or having me time on the weekend. And HRD is also advised to promote work-life balance. Besides that, telling stories or complaining with colleagues can lighten someone's burden. So there is nothing wrong if HRD provides a safe space to listen stories or complaints from employees. And the next, I will explain to you how we can avoid being trapped in a hustle culture, such as realizing that we are experiencing and disturbed by the hustle culture. Then you can resetting the working hours that are starting to fall apart, such as making a to-do list. If you feel that the problem you are facing is heavy, you can tell your coworkers or HR regarding what you are facing. And then you can improve your sleep quality and also maintain a healthy lifestyle, such as eating a healthy diet and exercise regularly. Finally, you can giving yourself some rewards for the achievement and hard work that has been done. Then, the last one, always believe that the effort will not lie the results. And yeah, so that was a brief explanation about the causes of the hustle culture. Maybe some of you want to share some experience or ask something in the comments column. I'm waiting for your story, guys. And thank you for listening to me until the end. Hopefully, what I say can be useful all of you. And finally, I want to say, work to life, don't life to work. Bye. Have a nice day.